Okay, so previous class I have discussed about building planning. Okay, bylaws. In the bylaws, I have discussed about different types of laws that govern the planning of the building. Okay, that determines the size of the specification of the rooms, buildings, area, spaces, height, and all this aspect. Today we will discuss about the next module, that is module 3. That is your fire safety. Okay. So in this module we will be dealing with different types of reasons of fire that occurs. What are the different types of fire as mentioned in the National Building Code for 2016. And after this we will discuss about how to mitigate this fire. What are the arrangements that are made? We will classify under the types of building. What are the fire? What are the arrangements that is kept as space for fighting, for the arrangement of fighting of the fire that can be made. Okay. So this is the module 3, fire protection. We have fire fighting arrangements in public assembly buildings, planning, office auditorium. So this is the syllabus you have in the module 3. So before that you first have to know about the different types of fire that will come as per NBC 2016, and after that in the next class we will discuss about the what are the arrangements that are made in the building, in public or in assemblies, how the planning is done. So first the fire, you see what are the 3 requirements that allows the fire to get catch. Okay, how it can happen is that there should be a medium in which the fire can get catch. Okay, so first there will be some fuel. Like in the presence of oxygen, only the fire can catch, and in the absence of the oxygen, it cannot catch. And also the ignition source. There will be some ignition source which will spark, which will act as a medium, which will ignite the fire, and with the presence of oxygen and the fuel, the medium will burn. Okay, so this is the fire triangle, which represents the presence of air, that is oxygen, the ignition source such as cooking oil, smoke, electric equipments, okay, which will ignite the source, and the fuel which will be there present. It could be any combustible material, it could be wood, paper, it could be oil, cooking oil for household uses. In the household you will find papers, you will find cooking oils, okay, you will find electrical wiring. So all this acts as the fuel, and there will be and the sparks which will come from the smoke or the cooking oil or the electric spark will ignite it, and again then with the presence of oxygen it will get burned. So this is the fire triangle which represents the fire hazard. So what happens once this fire catches? What will happen? It will burn the room, the objects that are present, and also the temperature will rise. Okay, there will be smoke. So it will be hazardous for the life, as well as it will be damaging the property. So obviously this has to be stopped, and for this today we will discuss about what are the different provisions by which we can go for the fire extinguishing. Okay, the process by which we will check that what are the provisions by which the fire can be mitigated, and what are the arrangements that should be made in a building spaces which allows the fire to be mitigated. Okay, so this deals with the taking steps to avoid the completion of this triangle. If we stop any point of this triangle, we can mitigate this fire. Either we can make sure that the presence of oxygen is not there by putting water or non-combustible materials close by which it is done. Ignition source, we have to check that any ignition source is not closer to the fire hazard which could possibly catch the fire, or the fuels which are safely placed. Okay, so in the household they should be safely placed so that this fire triangle can be avoided, and any one part can be make sure that it is not happening. Okay, causes of fire, we actually can classify the different types of fire that are caught in the household based on the materials that are present. Like common household, I have told a paper, cardboard. Okay, so and if there is some electrical sparks, if there are metals, so based on that we can classify the fire in fire A, B, C, D, and K. Okay, so based on the types of material, the condition of the building is that like the presence of wood dust or plastic, which can be responsible for the catching of fire. Accumulation of scrap, waste material, trashes, this increases the fire. So fire type A, these are because of the common types of materials that are present in the building. Okay, like your paper, cardboard, wood products, and the plastic materials that are present commonly in the household. These are called your ordinary combustibles, fire. Okay, foams or plastic cups, utensils that are close to the burner. Okay, they burn rapidly and they produce a smoke. Your smoke takes fire and production. Oil rags, materials soaked in oil, they also spontaneously combust. Okay, so these are the common type of categories of the materials that classify in type A fire. Next is type B fire. In type B fire, there are some materials which are unsafe for storage, the type of liquid. Okay, if they are stored for a long time, so sometimes they may become combustible, they may be very hazardous to keep some such explosive type of liquid, flammable liquids. Okay, some commonly type of liquid are your oil, grease, diesel, petrol. Okay, then some petrol solvents, tar. These are also primary source of catching fire. So all this material which are not generally used in the household but are kept in the house in the form of illegal storage, which is not actually should be done, like you're keeping your diesel, petrols. So that type of fire falls into the B category. Okay. Next is C type category. In C type fire, it causes due to the current circuits. Okay, overload circuits, fuse boxes, damaged wiring, defective switches. This lead to this type of fire. Okay, all the fires that which are produced by which are actual cause of the ignition of the fire. Okay, so the old wirings that are there present in the degraded buildings. Okay, so you will find that this type of fire get catches, and there are also extension cords, multiple plug adapters. This can lead to the ignition of the spark. Okay, so all the fires that are caught by this electrical equipment falls under C type category. Next is D type category, where any materials which are not presently commonly present, but due to the overheating of that material, some metals they may catch fire. Okay, so this falls under type D type, like your machines which are not properly lubricated, they may catch fire. Okay, so common materials, common combustible metals, you can find that magnesium, titanium, zirconium, sodium, lithium, potassium. This reacts, and with the presence of any of the material A, B, C, D type of fire, this if these materials are present, then also this will lead to ignition of the D type of fire because of the presence of the combustible metals. Okay. So for this type of to mitigate this type of fire, the extinguisher type that is needed are also specifically for this type of fire, because when the metal gets start burning, it will reach to very high temperature, and that high temperature cannot be utilized. Only water cannot, maybe it may not be possible to mitigate this fire. Okay, so to combust this, some a particular type of D type extinguishers should be used. Next is K type fire. So all the fires that are coming from the kitchen, okay, and due to the presence of heated oil, okay, or from gas pipelines, this category K falls under this. All the fire that are caught due to the presence of the kitchen utilities, specifically for kitchen utilities. So in foreign countries, you will find that gas pipelines are directly coming to the kitchen. Okay, so and in India also it is coming this technology. So some of your households may have this, where the gas pipeline is directly coming to the kitchen, and they have a hazard of catching fire. So this fire will fall under this category, category 3. Okay, all of you have understood this? If you have any question, you can ask. Okay, there are some important terminologies that are there, that are present to make sure that yes. For your common building, common household, these are the major type of fire catches. Okay, and for your residential complex and for your industrial, there will be different types of fire. You can say yes. You can say type B fire where the machineries get fire due to the less lubricant and the overheating of the machine. Okay, the machine gets fire like your car. Sometimes the car get fire. Okay, possible reason could be what? Overheating, or possible reason could be circuit, any circuit spark from the circuit. So because of this, these two types of B type. So B type and D type are common for your any equipment, you can say, any machineries or any factory, you can say, and your A type fire and common B type fire, these are your C type fire, these are your present in the household. Okay, plastic materials, cupboards, paper, these are present in the household, so they are responsible for A type fire. Like this, the common type of all the reasons which fall under this will fall under this 5 categories: A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, fire prevention. So we have to make sure that the design of the building should be such that it will be able to mitigate the fire. We will be able to the location of the firefighting should be such that it will be able to pass the extinguisher. It will be able to, that is in the form of water. Okay, water, high pressure pipeline that is carrying water. That is your fire hydrant. Okay, so that is able to carry the water and that should reach to every location of a residential building. Okay, that should be the planning how it is done. So under this, the design and construction of the building should be such that any passive fire protection that is to be taken should be present in your planning. Okay, so what will be there? There will be fire position for your. There will be location of fire hydrants. Okay, there will be pipelines not less than diameter of 100 mm. Okay, that should pass through every floor, and that should be carrying, that be able to carry the fire hydrants pipe to the least portion, least side of the room. Okay, if my fire hydrants position is suppose in the front of the building, or mostly it is in the back. So if it is in the back of the building, there should be provision for the firefighting truck to come to the rear of the building. Okay, so there should be position for the rear side distance. Okay, your setback distance should be such that there will be position for your fighting truck to come. Otherwise, if there is no provision, then you have to make sure that your fire hydrants are placed at the front where the firefighting truck can come and provide the water, provide the quantity of water that is required for firefighting in the building. Okay, next is your life safety. So life safety, it comes under your provision for any fire extinguishing or any similar emergency that addresses the construction and occupancy features that is necessary to minimize the danger. Minimize the danger in the form of firefighting. Okay, in the form of fire, smoke, fumes, or panic. So any provision that is made in the building such that it can maintain the safety of the building, like there will be fire exit, there will be fire hydrants are there, extinguisher are there. So provision for this, if it is there, then we can say that life safety is there. Next is fire protection. So once the fire gets catch in a particular room, then with the presence of the combustible material, it will transfer the fire from one room to another room. Okay, so if there is some protection, like if I have insulations provided in the floor or in the walls, in the roof, so that if fire get catch in one room, it will not transfer to another room, it will not pass to another room. So all those measures which are present in the form of insulation, in the flooring, in the walls, in the roof, all this, then that falls under this fire protection. Okay. Next is flammable material. All those material which have working temperature, normal temperature more than this 37.8 degrees Celsius are called your flammable material. Okay. Most of the paper, wood, plastic, they falls under this working temperature less than this, and your oils, different types of oil. So all those materials which are normally temperature more than 37.8 degrees Celsius are called your flammable material. Combustible materials, they require higher, they will burn, but they will require high temperature in the flammable materials. These are called combustible materials. Next is your downcomer. These are downcomer are the firefighting equipments that are attached to the building in the form of pipes, gates, which will allow the fire hydrants to pass and to supply the extinguishing materials to every corner of the building. So, as you can see, there are two types of fire hydrants that you can say. One is your dry riser and another is your wet riser. In the dry riser, we have arrangements of shafts, of pipelines and valves to every floor of a multi-story building, and these pipes, they are capable of handling the fire extinguisher trucks. Okay, so the water can be supplied to the fire extinguisher trucks, and there may not be any permanent water supply to this. When the fire extinguisher truck comes, they may attach their fire hydrants and they will reach to every pipe. There are carrying the landing valve. Okay, from the landing valve, any portion where there is a fire, the firefighter can take this pipe that is already present in the building and carry the water which he has carried in the fire truck, and it can perform the extinguishing operation. And otherwise, there will be a firefighting shaft located for movement of the person, and also there will be air vent, and most importantly the landing valve. Okay, so this type of risers are called your dry risers. It means the vertical pricing means not less than 100 mm internal diameter. Internal diameter should not be less than 100 mm, and the valve in each floor and landing. There should be valve in each floor and landing to regulate the water. And also it is to be maintained that all the valves are closed, because if by mistake if some valve is open, if suppose on the third floor the valve is open, so what will happen? So when water is needed here, some water may be get wasted from this valve also. So it has to be secured that all the valves are closed, and which valve is required, that valve is open, so that the quantity of water can be utilized properly. Otherwise it will be open. Next type of riser is called wet riser, which are directly connected with the water tank that is present in the household. So there will be pump which will operate, which will allow the water to pass in each floor, and instead of using any fire truck, we can directly use the water that is present over there for firefighting. And these valves are 24/7 filled with water. Okay, whenever required, the valve can be open and the firefighting combustion can be done. Okay, so combustion can be mitigated. So this type of arrangement is called wet riser. Okay, the provision is same. The diameter of the main riser should not be less than 100 mm. Okay, and there will be landing valves in each floor. This is the minimum requirement. And instead of firefighting truck that is coming, here the water will be charged permanently with the pressurized valve. Okay, this is the common difference between wet riser and your dry riser. Okay, so have you understood the purpose of the downcomer? Okay, so downcomer will have wet riser and dry riser, and the common thing is that they will be carrying valves in the and the pipe will be having valves, the dia of not less than 100 mm, and each floor will have valves for the regulation of the water supply. Okay, any question? Okay. That's all.